The balancing act continues. I'm adding more things to my schedule because I'm trying to do a little bit of this and that instead of the same thing all the time. Of course, my focus right now is to get Battleborn Bride ready for upload so that I can get it on pre-sale by Monday, August 10th, which is just a few days away. I'm not 100% sure I'm going to make that, so I might need to focus a little bit more over the next few days, but we do have a couple trips to Reno planned for the weekend. Basically, my Sunday is probably not going to be a work day at all because I will be hanging out with my family. My grandkids are going back to school on Monday, and so it's going to be kind of a last hurrah for the summer break. But let's see, Saturday we're going to go up and visit Thistle and Nightshade, one of the bookstores in Reno, because they have just expanded and they're doing a book lovers weekend. So we need to go check that out, of course. So really, I have today and tomorrow to focus on Battleborn Bride, maybe a little bit of Monday. I don't know if it's going on pre-sale on the 10th. Do I really need to push myself that way? It's not going to matter in the grand scheme of things if I'm a few days later than I originally planned, because I do have the manuscript, I have the book cover, all of that is ready to go. I just really want to get things moving so that I can get my proof paperbacks approved and then get my author copies in hand. And once that is in progress, I will start putting together my presentations that I will be doing for my book release in October. I do have some plans for that. I haven't quite finalized which direction I want to go, but it's coming along. So I'm doing a little bit of that here and there. And one of the things I realized this week is that I haven't been spending much time on my physical fitness, which really I need to focus on more. Obviously not all day long, but I do need to get more exercise than I have been, which is challenging during the summer because obviously I'm not going to go outside in the heat of the day. I get very easily overheated. So what I decided to do is that JT and I both have Nintendo Switches, the old original version where the little Joy-Cons come off of the device. And one of the games that we have is Just Dance, and I happen to love dancing. So a couple of days this week, I've actually done an hour of dance, which has been wonderful. It feels really good, even though I'm feeling muscles that I forgot I had. But I'm adding that into the mix, so I'm finding a little bit more balance with my exercise. I danced on Tuesday, I walked yesterday, and then I danced again this morning. And I think I will try to keep doing that every other day as long as I can. Obviously, if I'm not feeling well, I'm not going to push it, and I might do some lighter exercise because that's some pretty strenuous workout. And if you have tried out something like Just Dance, or back when we had, I think it was another type of Nintendo gaming system, we had something called Dance Dance Revolution. There actually used to be arcade stand-ups where you would go and they had the floor pad and you would move your feet in time to the music and try to hit all of the correct pads as you're going along with the song. And it can be a lot more challenging than you would think. So I'm adding dance back into the mix. You've seen that I've added a little bit of artwork. I've done some sketching. I've done a little bit of painting. So I'm not just writing and editing. I'm doing a little bit more of the things that I've been enjoying and the things that I've been missing out on. So as the year progresses now, we're heading into the latter part of the year. We're in the 8th month already. So, the rest of this year is just going to fly by. Once the holiday season starts, it will be 2027 before we know it. So as I'm going through this time of the year, obviously August is not quite as busy as the Burr months tend to be, and I'm trying to take advantage of the less busy time to start building more things into my routine so that when the busyness happens, hopefully I'm already in a good position to be able to continue doing what I'm doing, along with all of the other things that I like to do during the holiday season. And I do plan to do more art that is related to Halloween and Christmas, maybe as gifts this year. I think I'm going to hand make Christmas gifts to give to the family because really we all have so much stuff that going out and buying things for people, unless they really need something, sometimes we will do a joint family present. If they need a large piece, like maybe they want to replace a chair, like a recliner or something like that in their house, then the entire family might get together and chip in a little bit to buy one big gift. And I like to do small things. I like to do stocking stuffers. So I'm probably going to start searching for things to put in my grandkids' stockings. Not that they're huge Christmas fans, and I actually think they may be doing something. I don't even think they're going to be in town for Christmas this year, which will be odd. But we've kind of stopped celebrating Christmas on Christmas Day because that's so much pressure to do so many things in one day. I prefer to celebrate the Christmas season. So I really want to get things set up now in my daily routine so that I can enjoy that season and not focus so much on the big day itself. That will be a day for just JT and I to probably do our quiet little gift exchange in the morning, maybe, a podcast or something. We don't do a ton. Back when I was a kid, we used to go to Christmas Mass, but I haven't done that for the majority of my adult life. I think the last time JT and I did that together was just before he proposed to me. So that has not been a part of our routine. But the routine that we had when our kids were growing up, Christmas was a huge deal. It was a big part of our year. And I would, back in the day when you could still put things on layaway, I would do that. And that way I would have all their gifts paid off and ready to go for the holidays. So of course, that has nothing to do with balance, which was my topic for the day. But my point being that things change and routines change. And it's always a challenge to find the balance, because when I was working full time, obviously that was the majority of my time and energy went into my job. And then I would come home, and unfortunately got into the habit of spending my evenings in the recliner watching television because I was just too tired to do anything else. So I'm trying to do that less. Haven't broken that habit just yet. My current routine is I work until about 5 o'clock. We have dinner. JT and I will kind of linger at the table and hang out together. Then I get into my recliner. I have a little bag of popcorn and a drink, and I'll watch a movie or a TV show until bedtime. I'm hoping, I do need to get back out into the yard, so I'm hoping I can get some of the area that I need to complete cleaned up so that I can shift that patio over. And it's still a little bit warm to spend the evenings outside right now, but it is starting to get dark earlier again. I did notice last night as I was closing the house for the evening that by 9 o'clock it was pretty dark outside. So we may be at a point where we can start spending our evenings maybe just outside, enjoying the cooling air, enjoying a little bit of fresh air. Hasn't been terribly smoky here this year, but we have had a bit of a haze for the last few days. So it hasn't been the best time to be outside right now, but I would like to add in more outdoor time as we start going into the fall, because I'm hoping that I can do a little outdoor decorating for Halloween this year and start to feel that season, like the harvest season. Have some jack-o'-lanterns on the steps to my sunroom, for example, so that when I'm sitting out on my little private patio that I hope to get done, I will be able to enjoy that. And that's what I'm really trying to do. I'm trying to find a little bit more enjoyment in every day. And JT and I haven't really taken many trips this year. We took the one to Cedar City, Utah in May for the archivist convention that I wanted to go to. And other than that, I think we did a day trip. I think we did one day trip to Sacramento to see family, and we really haven't done much else. So I don't know that we're going to be traveling anymore this year, and we are thinking of maybe a bigger trip next year. We'll have to see how things go. Of course, one of the reasons we didn't travel this year was, economics. Things have gotten very expensive. So it still may not be an option next year, but hopefully if I can do things like hang out outside during the nicer weather, then I won't be feeling quite so cooped up. And that's something to look forward to as well. I really feel the need to find more things to look forward to because my life is great. I'm really enjoying everything that JT and I are doing, but there aren't a lot of really big events to look forward to. And one of the things that we do have to look forward to is today is August 6th, 2026. We are still in the America's Favorite Couple competition. Today is another elimination, so the top 5 will be progressing. The last time I checked, we were still sitting at number 4, so we should advance at least one more time. And then, who knows, because we'll have to be either in first or second place to get into the next round, because if we're in first place, we automatically advance to the finals. If we are in second place, then we go to the wild card, and there will be another elimination round, and some of those people will advance to the finals. So I find that I've been looking forward to voting for us daily. I mean, it's a little thing, but it's like 10 a.m. I get on my computer and I vote for us. And if we don't advance past the top 5, I'm going to miss that little thing. So I'll need to find something else to replace that if we don't continue to progress. Like I said, it's just a little thing and it only takes a couple minutes. So I'll need to have something else to look forward to each day. For example, maybe getting up to do my morning dance routine, or maybe I'll sit down and do a quick sketch or a painting. Just add something fun into the day so that I have more balance in my life. And I know many of us are probably feeling the same way. We get into kind of these routines where if we are working full-time, then that may take a lot of our energy. And if we are going to school full-time, of course, that is something we'd be focused on. If we're doing school and work and family on top of that, then there is so much going on that we don't really worry too much about looking forward to things, aside from maybe having time off to rest. So in retirement, there's so much free time. JT and I have taken up a lot of that free time with our writing and publishing, of course, but as satisfying as that is, I find that I need a little bit more in each day to kind of make it stand out. And these videos, of course, have been one way that I'm doing that. Sitting down to record each day is something I look forward to. I don't always feel like it, but it's like something that I don't feel complete. I don't feel my day is complete until I've recorded these videos. So that's something I've added in to add a little bit more balance. And I do have some thoughts about how I will be doing this in 2027. It might be a tiny bit different, which is fun because I like to change things up. I don't want to get stuck in too much of a routine. And that's one of the things that I've really tried to do this year as well. Sometimes I'll write in the morning, sometimes I'll write in the afternoon. I may read at lunch. JT and I may play Words with Friends at lunch. We have our breakfasts in the kitchen when it's either too cold or too hot to have it in the sunroom. We are fortunate to have several places in our house where we can eat. So we can have our meals in different spots in the house throughout the course of the day. So we're not always doing the exact same thing over and over again. And I think that's really important because as much as I love routine, I need a change every once in a while. So I encourage you to think about what you're doing in your life right now. As I said, if you're working full-time, if you're going to school full-time, if you're raising a family, obviously you have some very set routines that you can't vary. But if you can, take a moment, sit down, play a game. If you have a gaming system, pull out a board game. Our family does that on occasion. Watch a movie together, talk about the movie, read books, listen to music, dance, sing. There are so many different things you can do to kind of break up the monotony of day-to-day life. And it's really good to be able to find some balance, especially if you're in that part of your life where you are spending so much of your time and energy doing things for other people. Don't forget to do things for yourself every once in a while. So that's my little discussion for today. I know I did get on a bit of a tangent about the holidays, but this is the time of year when I really start thinking about that. So you may see some videos going forward into the holiday season where I'm actually starting to craft things because my family doesn't watch any of this. So If I want to make things on video, I doubt that they'll see them, at least before the holidays. JT every once in a while will watch one of my videos, but usually it has to be something that he finds particularly interesting. And I think my daily updates are kind of like, he's been there and done that, so he doesn't really care. So we'll see how that progresses going into this fall. But for right now, I've added dancing to my routine. I'm adding more crafty things like painting and sketching. I am continuing to work on Battleborn Bride, of course, and hopefully we'll be able to do some things like more talks about the book in public. That would be a good way to have things to look forward to. I do have an author talk coming up in Churchill County. So if you are in Northern Nevada, I will be at the Churchill County Library in Fallon, August 25th, 2026. I think it's at 6:30. I'll have to verify that. But they are promoting it. It has been in the local newspaper, so I'm hoping a few people will show up. I will probably be talking about my romances, Passion Restored and Haunt Season, and I'll take a few of those books along with me, along with some From Tundra to Tiara, and of course I will mention that I will be having Battleborn Bride coming out in October. So that's what I've been up to today. Let me know what you've been doing. I'd love to know, because it's always fun to hear what kind of things other people are getting up to. I hope you're having a wonderful day and week so far. We are heading into Friday tomorrow. So if you are someone who has a normal Monday to Friday work week, we have the weekend to look forward to. And I hope the weather is nice where you are and that you're able to get outside a little bit and enjoy it. I'm Cassidy Carson, and this is The Life of a Writer. Take care.